Hello everybody, my name is MorgsDolls, aka Morgan.
And my name is Emma, aka Designer ECE.
So for today's video, we are making a Valentine's Day themed custom. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yay!
Happy late Valentine's Day. Sorry this video is not up on the day, but we try, okay?
Today's theme is a Valentine's Day inspired clown. We wanted to do something for Valentine's Day, and I drew up this sketch of this little clown outfit.
I did the face and hair based around the outfit, which we'll get into that later. I think we've both done a few clown customs. I know we worked on the Pennywise together, and I've done some other clown faces. Have you done
2 Pennywises?
We did 2 Pennywises? True. Yeah, that's one of our oldest dolls. I forgot about the really old one. I've done a couple of Valentine's Day themed dolls before. Have you done any Valentine's Day ones before this one?
No, I don't think so.
So, this is fun combination of two things we like.
I like clowns.
I like clowns. I like pink. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started. To start things off, our base doll for today's custom is going to be Miss Draculaura. We love working with Draculaura here. I really love her face mold, so of course we're going to be using her again. Hair combination, I've got all my pinks, my whites. I just grabbed everything I had in my hair stock box, and I'm going to figure out which combination we're going to be using for the reroute today. For those of you that are not new here, you already know how the prep work goes for doll customizing. If you are new, you cut off the hair, put the doll in some boiling water, take off the head, take out the glue from the inside of the head with needle nose pliers, and then that's basically the prep is done for the reroute. So while you guys watch me do the prep work for this custom, I want to talk about real quick how we have a new update for our Patreon, which is that we now have a Patreon exclusive Discord server where you guys can chat with us and chat with each other if you are obviously a Patreon member. And for anyone who's watching this that is a Patreon member that is not in the Discord yet, well, now you know. I think it'll be really fun because it's more of a community within the community, like our own specific doll customizing community. You can share your work on there. We can chat about Monster High dolls, chat about all kinds of things. I think it'll be really fun because I'm an anxious person. I don't like just putting my opinions on my Instagram story anymore. Just because I just don't think anybody cares. So but I love to chat with people, and I like doing that on Discord. So if you want to join, the link is in the description to our Patreon. The lowest tier is $2 a month. Another thing that Emma and I have been working on recently is opening up our own shop through Shopify. It's not ready yet, but I just wanted to give a little update that we are working on it. And when we have everything ready, obviously there will be a bigger announcement and also mention it in a video and everything. But I'm just really excited for it, so it'll be an easier way for people to get a hold of our custom dolls that you see us make in the videos and more other merchandise potentially. Okay, enough talk about branding. Thank you guys for letting me ramble about that. Let's get back to the custom. I'm just painting the scalp pink to match her future hair color, even though I did use a majority of the more ruby color on the left here. I mean, it's okay. It's not like you can really see the scalp through the hair anyway, but yeah. So for her hair color, I just decided to go with a blend of this ruby, a little bit of white, and I have a pink and an even lighter pink at the very top. So I just randomly grabbed them and plugged as I went. I didn't really mix them together, that would be a full-on blend, so this is a bit of highlighting. And here's the finished reroute. I was a little worried halfway through that she was kind of looking like a peppermint patty, but I think she looks very pretty. I'm using Fabri-Tac to seal in the hair. I gave her a boil wash, and now we are ready to start on her face up, scrubbing off the factory paint with some 100% acetone like always. So I figured now would be a good time to show you guys the sketch that I did to basically lay out all of my ideas for this custom's face. So starting off, we're going to be doing the heart mask makeup, which was pretty trendy, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago. A lot of makeup artists were doing it over on TikTok and Pinterest, and I think it's really pretty. Emma and I were talking about how cool that would be to do it on a doll, and I didn't put it in the sketch, but I'm also going to be outlining the entire heart with some really tiny pearls. So this is a little ambitious for me because I'm doing a lot here. Starting off, after spraying the doll with the first layer of Mr. Super Clear, I did a white watercolor pencil outline for the shape of the heart, because if I did it with like a pencil that was darker, you would definitely see it under the paint. I'm also putting this little bit of a slightly darker pink of chalk pastel around the white outline of the heart, because I want it to give a little bit of depth, so that when I paint on the white heart, it kind of looks a little bit like, almost like it's raised up higher. You'll kind of see what I mean. I'm testing out a new brand of white acrylic paint today on this face up. I know it's a little bit risky, but spoiler, I am very happy with how it turned out. It has a very like sheen satin finish to it, but when you spray it with Mr. Super Clear, it just turns it matte again. But I think if I use it on accessories, it'll look really, really beautiful. Now, when I'm doing this, since I'm painting on vinyl and I want as minimal brush strokes as possible, I am still watering down the acrylic paint. Sometimes I water it down a little too much. Like, you don't need to have it that watery, but after many layers of buildup, this is how the heart turned out. You can see that chalk pastel a little bit underneath of the white still. I think that looks really cool. Very, very subtle detail, but I like it. So I go ahead and spray her again with another layer of Mr. Super Clear, and now I'm moving on to my favorite mechanical pencil. As always, gotta say it every video, guys, sorry, another branding plug. If you want any of the materials that I am using, I have a link to my Amazon affiliate list of materials that I use. You don't have to buy it from Amazon, but if you just want to know what products I use, that has my whole list. So yeah, you can find that in the description below. Today I kind of want to show you guys how I like to draw on my bottom lashes. I know I've kind of shown how I draw my upper eyelashes pretty often, because that is like a main struggle for doll customizers and face-up artists. Maybe not everybody, but making eyelashes perfectly even and very small and very pointy it's a skill in itself. So this face up today is kind of really just in my own art style, with still a little hint of that factory Monster High style. I just can't get rid of that. I've been doing it for so long now that it's kind of like second nature to me. So one thing I really like to do when drawing clowns is giving them dramatic eyelashes. So these ones aren't too crazy, but I wanted to have that underliner be pretty thick compared to how I normally paint faces, so it kind of makes her eyes look a little bit droopy, and I have one really long bottom lash on both sides just for fun. It doesn't really mean anything, so yeah. Eyebrows today, I did a poll over on our Patreon to see if we should give this clown girl some straight normal looking brows or give her a more sad expression, as all of my past Valentine's Day customs have had a very sad eyebrow expression. What does that say about me? Probably says I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't know. But Patreon voted that we do straight brows, which I was totally okay with, because it's steering off from my usual, so. All the blushing and makeup you see is done with chalk pastels. And there are actually 2 different shades of pink, because I didn't want everything to blend together and just look like her eyeshadow was also her blush, so it is a slightly different shade. Moving on, I'm finally getting into acrylic paints for the rest of the face up. I'm doing the eyebrows in the same color of watercolor pencil. I think even at some point I might have gotten the tip of my brush wet and brushed it onto the end of the watercolor pencil because then it picks up the pigment a lot more. I really like doing that. If that's something you want to try doing instead of going straight into acrylic paint, it is good to get good pigment with watercolor pencils that way. And something I really like with watercolor pencils is that if you make a mistake, you can easily just rub it off real quick with water, and once you seal it with Mr. Super Clear, it won't go away, so you don't have to worry about it rubbing off. I really like how this bright red cut crease turned out. I think it's very, like, adding a little bit of dramatics into what is ultimately a pretty soft look with the heart and the light blushing and everything that I did. I just really love this custom. Sorry, I'm gonna be hyping this one up a lot, gassing myself up. So since I'm painting her eyes blue, you can see that the shadow I'm doing inside of the eye I did with a light pink acrylic paint. Normally I would use a light blue for that, but because she has these really bright blue aqua eyes, I wanted to change that up. For the irises here, I definitely watered down that acrylic paint way too much. You don't need it to be that watery, but it doesn't matter. I got it to work out. I'm just giving advice from my mistakes, so you guys don't do it the same as what I did. To add a little bit of contrast, I'm adding a pale yellow right underneath of the pupil because I just think it's pretty and I like it. And then I'm filling out her pupils with black acrylic paint. And I painted the inner corners of her lips with a really dark red. And then I think I bring it in all the way. Yes, I did bring it all the way in. And for the lips, I'm painting them red. And I kind of wish, this might be my only regret about the face-up, I kind of wish I stopped right here and I left it that color. Because then I painted the rest of them in a much darker red. But I still think she looks really, really beautiful. I'm actually not using my dotting tool for the catch lights today because I wanted her to have the heart-shaped catch lights in her eyes. And a finishing touch here is adding a little bit of pink highlighter onto her face. I don't like to overdo it because I think there might be such a thing as too much glitter and shimmer. And then, of course, I add some gloss to her lips, which I think made the lips look a lot prettier. I was a little worried that the red was too much. And then the final thing we're doing to the face up, I bought these 1.5 millimeter flat back pearls because I was really afraid that the scaling would be an issue because I wanted to decorate the whole outside of the heart in these flat back pearls, and I was like, if they're too big, it's just gonna look ridiculous. So I got the smallest ones I could find on Etsy, took a toothpick, put it in some glue, slightly applied a little bit of glue on the outside of the heart, and then took these tweezers and hand placed every little flat back pearl. This took me maybe like, I don't know, like an hour and a half. I find this to be very therapeutic, doing all these tedious details, and I think it really, really paid off. I think her face is so, so beautiful. Okay. Some information about me is I cannot do hair. So I know this looks crazy right now, but I'm trying something new where I try to make a nice hairstyle on a custom. So I wanted to do like a finger wave curl, kind of like just like nice precise curls in a short hairstyle with nylon, which is probably really ambitious. But I have this piece sectioned off because this is going to be like the finger curls that are on the top layer. This part is sectioned off because I just want it to be whoop and then taper off and cut really short back here. These pieces are sectioned off because I want them to like curl around the face, kind of like that. And I'm gonna try my best, and we'll see what happens. Alright, here is how she's looking now. Straight up, like she activated a saw trap. Pinhead who? I'm sorry I didn't film the process of me doing this because I had absolutely no idea what I was doing and I was winging it the entire time. So basically I was like sectioning off pieces that I wanted from that top section, the big section that I showed you earlier, and then I just wet the piece of hair and then I curled it and manipulated it how I wanted after I lathered it in some got to be glue ultra gel. Thank you, Emma, for getting this. That has been the only way that this was remotely possible, and hopefully it holds up well. And then I took these pins and I used those to hold up the hair so it doesn't slide down, because it obviously doesn't want to stay in this position on its own. And right now I'm kind of at a place where I can't do anything else, so I have to let it dry. All the glue and the hair that's wet needs to dry. And then I think I'll go in again and tidy things up more, because there's like parts where it's not fully like flesh with the head, you know what I mean? And I want to adjust that. But for now, I'm at a place where I am liking the progress, but it's definitely a trust the process kind of thing. And hopefully it comes out good.
Okay, welcome to Making the Outfit with me, Emma. We're gonna get started with this neck piece. For the neck piece, I wanted it to be a ruffled kind of court jester kind of look, but I didn't want it to be super put together. I wanted it to be more loose, because I didn't think that if it was like really formed, it would look right. So I ended up making it looser. Now I'm going in and making the actual ruffles. At first, I just estimated this, and for all the details on how I made this, it will be on our Patreon at MorgsDolls. At first I went in and sewed it together, but then I found that gluing it worked a lot better. So I ended up using some super glue and going in and out with these ruffles. After all that is done, we have our accordion, and if you can see, I didn't put anything on the outer side to keep the ruffles more flared out and not that formal look, and I think it turned out way better. Now, this was the whole reason I came up with this outfit. I found these pom-poms and I was like, OMG, I need to make a Valentine's doll. So I sketched up a design, I showed it to Morgan. Morgan made a face up, and that's how this doll came together. Just literally it came out of nowhere. So I just look around for inspiration. Like, it can literally come from anywhere. Now I'm working on the rest of the outfit. I'm working on the bottoms first. I didn't want to make a skirt. I was like, well, enough skirts. I'm sick of skirts. We need shorts. So I went with these puffy bottoms. And then for the top, I wanted it to have like a V cut. There would be no puffy shorts if there was no elastic. Which is agitating, because I hate working with elastic, I'm not gonna lie. But we have to do, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm going to leave these unhemmed. I know, sue me. Because I want to put pom-poms on there and I need some kind of base. So that's the only reason why. I swear, if these had no pom-poms, they would be hemmed. Please hem your clothing. It makes it look 20 times better, if not 100. Going back in with super glue, and my least favorite thing of all time, these tweezers. A lot of people recommend me other things, so I'm going to try those, but for now all I got is these tweezers and these fingers. So, and I kind of have sausage fingers, if you can't tell by all these videos. So we got to make it work somehow. Starting on the shirt, I'm just gonna go in with some freight check, and then I'm gonna go in and do what I gotta do. Sorry I didn't film very much for the shirt. I just sewed up the sides, I sewed a V down the middle, and that's about it. Not a lot to do. Now I'm just gonna sew on some elastic to keep this closed. Now it is basically complete. It turned out so cute, but it needed something. So I'm gonna add these little pom-poms to the center, and I'm like, this needs more red, not enough red. So we're gonna use all red pom-poms. Wow, it's done. Yay! I'm gonna take it off so you guys can see what it looks like complete if you wanted to make this yourself. And now that it's done, I had my little minion Morgan go and paint my accessories for me like my slave she is. I'm just kidding, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yeah! I told her my vision for what I wanted painted. I wanted the ruffles, which are literally perfect. I think they're from an Ever After High doll. Don't quote me on that though. But I wanted them to look the same as the ruffles on the neckline do, and they were literally perfect for this. And then we left the ribbon pearled because it matches the pearls on the face.
And then I just added a couple more details, and with that, our Valentine's Day custom is finished. So I personally think that this is one of my personal favorite customs that we have designed together.
Yeah, it came out really cute.
Like, I feel like I say that about every custom we design. I say, oh, this
Real.
one's my favorite.
Real, every time.
I really, really like this one. I like the color palette, and I don't know, I just like everything that we did. I think it's cool that we can do like multiple different ways of designing. Like, you did the outfit first, and then I based the face and hair on the outfit you made. And in the past, we've done customs where I've done like the hair and face first, and then you made an outfit after that.
Yeah.
And then our next custom is gonna be like, we completely designed it like cohesively. Like, we did everything by like talking to each other about what we wanted and then drew the picture together, basically.
Yeah, if you want to know what it is, you can go to our Patreon.
Yes, good segue. Speaking of our Patreon, thank you guys so much to all of our patrons. Thank you so much to Ohio from Ohio, Emmy Lisis, Christian, McKenna, Anson, Cat Lady, Emma, that's you, Jazur, and Darn. Thank you guys so much. If you want to join our Patreon and join our Discord, the link is in the description. You want to go follow Emma on all her socials, designer.ece. Link is in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching this video.
Yes, thank you so much.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to never miss a new custom doll video from us.
Yeah.
And see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.